forever. Together.
Party's here, look who it is! Swipe right!
New bonds have been forming on WWE Evolve.
What gigantic individual is that? He appears to be backing up Swipe Right and Zeta.
He's not with you. He's with us. We got his back, same way he has ours.
And some superstars have witnessed enough.
What's this going on, huh?
Legacy and Thatcher staring at which seems like some sort of vanity project.
Tonight, these conflicts will be settled in the WWE Evolve ring when the defiant Jackson Drake takes on Super Sean Legacy and the rugged Timothy Thatcher faces the mysterious Bryce Donovan. It all goes down tonight.
I'm a G like Ali, I'm in the alley while I'm in Cali. And I'm in my body, I got sick quicker than whipping a rally. I leave a man red like carry, where am I Batman carry, you know? Ain't nobody to get know what it's for, no, key to key, I'm a bro.
Fresh off of WrestleMania weekend, welcome to WWE Evolve on Tubi. Peter Rosenberg joined by Robert Stone. This is where pro wrestling evolves. Robert Stone, we have an incredible night tonight. Of course, Stevie Turner set us up with a couple of great matches. Jackson Drake versus Super Sean Legacy. High power, high intensity, high flying, and that's not all. We also have Timothy Thatcher against this man, this enigma, Bryce Donovan. That's also going down. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited for the night we have ahead. And to make things more exciting, I am on the verge of finalizing a huge announcement tonight.
Oh yeah! Party's here! The party is here! Now this is how you kick off Evolve after WrestleMania.
Why are Swipe Right and Zeta Steel and Jackson Drake, as you see Draco Knox watching in confusion from the VIP section, the most obnoxious creeps.
Just let it happen, Peter. Just let it happen.
This is not how I wanted my post-WrestleMania week to go. The Vanity Project. And you see, Stevie, I relate. Stevie, I feel the same way.
You would.
Why does Brad Baylor have a mic in his hand right now?
Please, 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 just do me a favor. Take a good long look at the 5 future superstars in this ring right now. Look who's right next to me. Right next to me, you got the real deal, Zeta Steel. You know what? That's quite ironic, considering all your girlfriends swiped right on us. Look at Zeta, guys. Look at Zeta. But that thought going through your heads right now? The answer's no. You cannot have her. My boy Jackson Drake. My boy. AKA the Carolina Reaper. Heartbreak Drake. Oh, but just for the record, if you go to any frat party in North Carolina, kid's known as the wild card. Did you really think I forgot? Every ladies' dream team? Ricky and I, swipe. You got a problem, you got an issue with that. That's fun. That's honestly cool. Because I got my big man, Bryce Donovan, my heavy, standing right here behind me. Please, 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 believe me when I tell you, no one in Evolve wants to mess with Bryce. No one does. Commentary, all the social media, pretty much everyone here, they want to call us the Vanity Project. Perfect! Perfect! I'll take it, because quite frankly, that's exactly what we are. You guys can go on, say swipe left, do whatever you want, but all I ask you guys, and I really mean it, please, just remember this moment. Remember it while we're here. Because the Vanity Project will take over Evolve!
Whoa, 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 whoa. This Vanity Project doesn't call the shots around here. I am the law. I am the Prime Minister of Evolve, if you will. So Jackson Drake, seeing as you're already out here, how about you have your match right now against Sean Legacy?
Your opening contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Augusta, Georgia, weighing 210 pounds, Sean Legacy!
Of course, both of these men were a part of the first episode of WWE Evolve, that six-man matchup. Now we see it one-on-one tonight. Super Sean Legacy and Jackson Drake. Robert Stone, this is what I'm talking about to kick off WWE Evolve.
Yeah, well, Sean got the pin in the first ever Evolve main event, but Jackson Drake in that six-man tag, he almost had him beat. I don't know if you remember that, but he almost had him beat.
Well, almost hand grenades, hockey. What's the line again?
I don't know. Are you talking about hockey?
Close is only good.
I don't watch sports.
No, don't worry about it. Anyways, here we go. Super Sean Legacy. Man, a physical specimen, this guy. Strong, athletic, high-flying. He does it all.
Is it me or is Stevie Turner already pushing her power around, just making matches whenever she wants? Why can't she do that? I know she's the GM, but was Jackson Drake, was Heartbreak Drake ready for that?
Well, I don't think it's her job to clear with her talent.
Is she really in charge?
Yes.
So this isn't a nightmare that I've had for the past few weeks.
No, this is not a nightmare. She is really in charge, and she gave us a couple of great matchups tonight. As you see the slam from Jackson Drake in the pin, and just two. I wouldn't be so insubordinate if I were you over there, Robert Stone.
Well, listen, I will say this. You can't have a better way to kick things off with in-ring competition this week. I mean, the Vanity Project coming to the ring, Heartbreak Drake in the ring, and these two guys are the future of the WWE.
And a pinfall and a 2 count for Super Sean Legacy. Your boy Heartbreak Drake needs to stop celebrating and pay attention. He finds himself in a bad way, and even worse right now, that kick to the back from Super Sean Legacy, who I bet is gonna fly, and that's what he does.
Who do you think you are?
I mentioned it, and he is that dude.
Yeah, he is. He is. Look, that was beautiful. What am I going to say? That was beautiful. A little risky, a little cocky, but beautiful. I mean, Super Sean Legacy
What is Zeta Steel doing? And now what is Brad Baylor doing?
What is Sean doing?
He's eating mat courtesy of Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor and Vanity Project.
Wait, hold on. Wait, for real?
See, that's what I'm talking about. The referee has banished, as you see Draco Knox celebrating and waving goodbye, the referee has banned Vanity Project from ringside, as well he should. The crowd chanting, Draco Knox celebrating, Jackson Drake's on his own. It's WWE Evolve, more next. Welcome back to WWE Evolve on Tubi. Jackson Drake, Super Sean Legacy. This is a great matchup between one member, Jackson Drake of the Vanity Project. I gotta tell you, I'm sort of disgusted. I feel like I accidentally named the Vanity Project when I referred to them as that a while back.
You could come up with something so great, I came up with the Vanity Project.
No, you know what?
Peter, go back and listen. I said Vanity Project before you. You would never.
Watch out, Jackson Drake eating an elbow there from Sean Legacy. You know what? If you're proud of it. Oh, and there you go. More of the high-flying maneuvers from Super Sean Legacy. Awesome stuff early on from Super Sean Legacy.
And look, as you get it close up right here, you can see that Sean has a black eye. He got that this week from training. So believe me, he is struggling a little bit. I don't know if you've ever had a black eye, but if he got knocked silly in that, he is struggling a little bit seeing out of that eye. And that later in this match might come into play.
I'm sure I haven't had as many black eyes as you've had over the years, that's for sure.
Look, let me say this. I have watched some pre-Evolve Jackson Drake footage, and man, let me tell you, what Swipe Right has done for him since he joined the Vantage Project. He's looking better, he's wrestling better, he is just on another level. He's gonna turn this around, I'm telling you.
Well, right now, yeah, he better find some of those things you're talking about right now. He's on the wrong end of it with Super Sean Legacy during our opening contest here on WWE Evolve.
Sean Legacy is like every other superhero, okay? He's over-dramatic. All right, what he really needs to do, he needs to see a shrink. He can't be a superhero without having issues.
Oh, missile drop kick from Sean Legacy. 2.5 there. Now, wait, that's what you're recommending for Super Sean Legacy is therapy. Let's take a look back. Look at that. I'll tell you what he doesn't need. Oof. He doesn't need any work with the high-flying maneuvers. He's got that down just well, something you certainly did not know about during your illustrious career.
Well, I can high-fly a little bit, but I will say what a battle this is, and it's not their first time in the ring together. It will not be their last. You can see their Schultz trying to get him up for shambles. But look, Jackson working on the eye. I just said it.
You're right. He's going right back to work on that eye.
Well, he's got him up in the shambles. Is he going to get it?
Jackson Drake hanging on to that top rope for dear life. A good decision indeed.
Ring awareness. He knows where he is.
Ducks under a punch. Ooh. That is smart wrestling from Jackson Drake. Finding a way to stay alive in this match. By the way, I've been watching you on social media interact with Vanity Project. It's embarrassing.
Oh, you mean it's embarrassing? And he hit him with the lethal injection.
1, 2.
Wait, what do you mean embarrassing?
It's just to see you. These kids are half your age. You want to be down with them so bad.
What is the age thing? What does age matter in friendship? Look, we have a lot in common.
You don't have anything in common. You used to be a professional wrestler. They are emerging professional wrestlers. Besides that, you have nothing in common.
They sit under my tree of knowledge, as should you, Peter.
All right, and now, hold on, the knee being exposed from Jackson Drake. You see him bring down his knee pad.
Oh, he was going for the unaliving.
Oof, big right hand, uppercut, and now a big right in return. Ooh, just as Jackson Drake was going for the eye, and he turned Super Sean Legacy inside out with that clothesline.
This is his beginning. His greatness is inevitable, man.
His greatness is inevitable.
Yeah.
Do they pay you? Honestly.
What do you mean?
Do they slip you a little extra money on the side?
I said Super Sean Legacy was talented also.
But you didn't say his greatness was inevitable.
Look,
I mean, my God.
head-to-head here, eye-to-eye almost, which isn't a good thing for Sean. They're just throwing heavy hands right now.
Bolos. Big rights. Big elbow there.
It's Evolve, baby.
I'm loving this action early.
He just caught him with a Rana just out of nowhere. And now we hit the unaliving right to the eye. Right to that wounded eye.
Now, what a break Super Sean Legacy catches there. Because he ends up, you're right, getting hit square in the eye, but he rolls under the bottom rope and now gets a minute to catch his breath. Why isn't your boy, Jackson Drake, getting out there and throwing him right back in the ring?
A count out is a win also. He might not be able to get back in the ring, Peter.
Our crowd live as always here on Evolve, and Super Sean Legacy is back in and back on top of the pin. 1, 2 3/4. Jackson Drake cutting it very close, but he is still alive. Sean Legacy now back in this match. This is a hell of an opening contest, fresh out of WrestleMania weekend on Tubi. Peter Rosenberg, Robert Stone, psyched to be here with you on a Wednesday. What is Super Sean Legacy looking for? Jackson Drake avoiding Sean Legacy, and now, oof, again going back to work on that face, and now the chest. Whoa!
Don't blink, because if you do, you're gonna miss something. Right now, I don't know if Sean can blink, but
Tell you what, both of these athletes, as Sean Legacy misses in the corner, watch out. Oh!
Rewind Rana! There is a lot of high-risk stuff going on.
And a pin, 1, 2, oh! Jackson Drake does not score the pinfall. I thought that was it for Sean Legacy. Describe what we saw here, Rob.
How impressive by Heartbreak Drake with the Rewind Rana right on Sean Legacy.
Man, that Rewind Rana is something. This is why you gotta tune in to Evolve every single Wednesday. Innovation from these young talents.
Look at him, you see what he's doing? You see what he's doing? Thumb right in the eye.
Oh, my
and
God.
hey, why not?
As Draco Knox watches from the VIP section, one of the many people who have issues with the Vanity Project, Draco Knox. He's not feeling what the Vanity Project have been putting down, not feeling the aura, if you will. And hold on now, Super Sean Legacy with the kick there to Jackson Drake. And another. Building his way back up here. Oof. But eats a kick for his troubles.
It is just non-stop going for the lethal injection again.
Instead he's
Caught him in
caught.
shambles.
That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Sean Legacy!
Wow, you talked about the bruised eye. He overcame it, Robert Stone. And Super Sean Legacy showing you why he's got the nickname. There he is, the high-flying over the top.
And here you saw the lethal injection by Heartbreak Drake.
But it was not enough. A 2 count only left the door open for this. Sean Legacy still not quite there, but he kept working.
Until he finally finished him off with the shambles.
Beautiful.
You think this is gonna stop me? Nah! WWE ID is all about making champions. Hey, Stevie, where's the title? Because it's my turn to show. WWE Evolve fans, my legacy will always be Super!
Hi, Wendy Chu. Okay, I just wanted to let you know, Wendy, that I am no stranger to darkness, okay? I've had to overcome every obstacle that life has thrown my way, in and out of the ring. Now, I will admit that the darkness that I felt under your blanket was a little different, okay? And I don't know who you are or what happened to you, but Wendy, I will not let that darkness consume me, okay? I know I can overcome you, and I am not afraid to face you again. Actually, how about next week?
Kylie Ray is ready for Wendy Chu, and I'll tell you what, I am ready to see Harlem Lewis and Keanu Carver standing right next to each other. It's coming up next, a WWE Evolve Face-Off.
Let's be real. You and I both know that this tournament is coming down to us. And I promise you, I'm not losing. I'm gonna be the first person to leave that building with the Evolve Championship around my waist.
It sounds good, but it's all empty promises. I beat the brakes off Luka. I smashed Trill. And I punished that boy Gale.
You beat Trill, guess what? I beat Trill. You beat Luka, I beat Joe Coffey. But you know what you haven't done, Keanu? You haven't beat me.
So it sounds like you the only person standing in my way.
I guess so.
Whoa, boys, Boys, you want to go at it? Take shots at each other? Overlook the rest of the field? That's fine. But I'm putting you and you in a match together next week.
Yeah, that sounds
You don't
good.
want that.
I do want that. That sounds great to
As
me.
a tag team. Yeah. It'll be Keanu Carver, Harlem Lewis, taking on Swipe. Right.
I hope you know you just signed them boys death warrant. And if you get in my way, you gonna be next.
Not what I expected to come from that WWE Evolve face-off. We'll see Keanu and Harlem in tag action together next week.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from San Diego, California, Zara Zacker.
Zara Zacker has been showing and proving in these early days of WWE Evolve. Robert Stone, you impressed with what you've seen so far?
Yeah, her grind never stops. Her hunger is always there, waiting to be fed by the next challenge. But I mean, her friendship with Kylie Ray, you know how I feel about that. Are you worried about having friends? Or are you worried about competition?
I love that you don't believe one could like have a career and be professional.
It takes your mind off things. It takes your mind off things.
And her opponent, coming to the ring by Layla Diggs from Atlanta, Georgia, Aria Bennett.
Now we have Aria Bennett with Layla Diggs. She's from Allentown, Pennsylvania, very athletic, a great gymnast in her day, was a member of the USA Gymnastics first team All-American, signed with WWE back in 2023. Really talented Aria Bennett.
And speaking of friendship, she has formed one with Layla Diggs. And again, are we worried about having friends or are we worried about winning matches?
Oh no, I wonder if she can possibly handle both having a friend and going to work.
Have friends outside of the industry, but when it comes to in-ring competition, you don't need someone there at ringside. And believe me, nobody's really friends at professional wrestling. Everybody's trying to steal each other's spot. I promise you that.
You know, I think I would take it as law from you more if I believed you actually had friends.
You don't need them. That's why I'm successful, Peter. You don't need them. Proof. The proof's in the pudding.
An early pinfall from Zara Zacker, trying to get it done early and going for another one as well. Gonna have to put in some more work on Aria, I think.
No, here's another pin.
Oh, and Aria reversing things into a pin.
Woo!
This is a pin fest and another at a 2 count.
Okay, all right. All right.
And a little sign of mutual respect early on. I'm sure that makes you sick.
Love to see it. More friendship. Why not? Who wants to win matches? Let's congratulate each other how great our pin sequence
I
was.
think they're just saying, let's have a respectful, good competition.
Well, look, here's what I'll say about Aria and Layla, okay? They have no drama, no negativity. They have goals and motivation, and they are working together to make that happen. That was beautiful.
Oh, she's a great athlete. There's no question about that. Aria Bennett can arm drag takeover there and a big knee to the, puts her knee right on the head of Zara Zacker.
She moves through the ring with precision and grace of someone who has mastered every possible angle. I'm telling you, she's someone like straight out of the Matrix.
Zara, of course, a big part of our WWE ID program and has found her way here. And now Zara Zacker has found her way under the foot of Aria Bennett.
She's got the arm locked in and going. Looks like for another pin.
Pin 1, 2. Gonna have to hook the leg on Zara Zacker, I think.
You know, what a great example this is of what Evolve brings to the table. You have WWE ID talent Zara against Aria straight out of the WWE Performance Center. 2 different worlds colliding in the ring right now on a Wednesday night. I love it.
That is exactly what makes it special, Rob. You're completely on point with that. As you see, Zara Zacker showing what she could do. But by the way, Aria Bennett with a whole life outside of wrestling she's put together. She's been a stunt coordinator. She's trained celebrities. She's done it all.
The list goes on, and you can see that in her performances. In the ring. But hey, don't count Zara out either. I mean, she's an underdog. She fights with heart, and underdogs rise when others doubt, and maybe that's to her advantage. Maybe some people take her lightly. Maybe Aria's taking her lightly.
And don't forget, Zara, of course, has been learning from Kylie Ray, a veteran of the scene. They've developed a friendship. Again,
Yeah, we know the friendship.
We know you're against friendships, but Zara Zacher is clearly learning from Kylie Ray's great experience all over the indie scene.
High risk!
Boom! But Zara Zacher, you can't learn that. You just got to feel that pain as Arya goes for the pin. 1, 2, and another kick out for Zara Zacher.
For a second there, she was talking to the crowd and she hesitated to go right for that pinfall. That could be a rookie mistake.
Well, again, everybody here is learning, and that is the case as the crowd very excited. Enziguri there from Arya Bennett. Neck breaker right there as well, and another pinfall. She hooks the leg, 2. Not quite, but Zara Zacher now has found herself in a bad way, Robert Stone. She's got to figure it out.
She believed she could, so she did, but will she?
Every matchup here in these early days of Evolve so important in establishing where you are in the pecking order of your division.
Control Z! Out of nowhere!
My goodness, Zara Zacher, Control Z, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Zara Zacher!
Big win for Zara Zacher. A disappointed Arya Bennett and Layla Diggs. Congrats. Let's take a look back, Rob.
Big Hurricane Rana off the top by Arya Bennett. High risk maneuver.
And then, look at this.
Control Z out of nowhere.
My goodness. Unbelievable win for Zara Zacher.
Make some noise for my girl Zara! Back in the winning circle, I like that. Pretty damn impressive, homie. You still feel like the underdog out here?
Dude, I always feel like the underdog.
Okay.
You see what I did in there?
I saw that.
Y'all saw that? Hey.
Yo.
Hey, yo, Shu, you did that, bro?
No, I did not.
What's going on? Hey, what's up? What's up?
Yo. That's not for me, that's for you. Go ahead. No, it's all you. That's all you, bro. Go.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Get that.
I bet I know who this is from.
Kylie, I accept.
It's all going down next week. Obviously, Wendy Choo accepting the challenge from Kylie Ray. Can she overcome the darkness? We'll see. Oh!
Hey, look who's back! Look who's Party's back! Party's back! All right.
Are you all right?
VIP right where they belong.
You guys got kicked out ringside. What are you doing here?
Hold on. I actually just got off the phone with my mom and dad's lawyer. And they said that although we got kicked out of ringside, we have every right to be in the VIP section.
Man, that lawyer comes in handy.
You love this. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about having Daddy's lawyer on retainer, I guess.
I wonder if it was Luca Crucifino.
Absolutely not. All right, Swipe Right is back apparently, but fortunately, we also have this. Later tonight, Timothy Thatcher and Bryce Donovan right here on WWE Evolve. Welcome back to WWE Evolve. There she is, Carly Bright. I think she's looking for Kendall Gray. That would be my guess. And she found her!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Kendall Gray from Kenosha, Wisconsin, Carly Bright!
I literally, my mood gets better when I see Carly Bright on my wrestling program.
Yeah, she's a resident ray of sunshine. She's got the girl next door vibes, as where her friend Kendall is kind of like the girl 4 houses down vibes, if you're picking up what I'm laying down.
They both bring something awesome to the table, and as you can see, look, hey, the fist bump, the camaraderie, the team is building. Kendall and Carly, I'm feeling this.
Devil's Backbone, Texas, Calyx!
All right, I have 2 words for you. Freak show.
Okay, so we already know. We already got one Wendy Choo, and she is scary. But Calyx she's just weird. I don't know if it's I'm scared of her, but I'm definitely weirded out. I have an odd feeling in my gut right now.
I didn't know that your ex was wrestling with you.
Yeah, no, don't go there, Peter. Please don't go there.
Because no.
Come on.
Look, Swipe Right is clearly freaked out.
As they should be.
Zeta Steel disinterested. This Calyx, man.
They want Calyx to swipe left.
It is WWE Evolve on Tubi. It's Carly Bright. It's Calyx. I'm Peter Rosenberg. My guy Robert Stone, former in-ring talent, now the assistant to Ava on NXT. And we're so blessed to have you every week right here at ringside.
I certainly am.
Love having
power,
you.
a lot of power, a lot of decisions I can make. And let me tell you something. I went up to Calyx earlier today to try and talk to her, try and get some information from her. And all she did was write on a piece of paper that she enjoys giving her opponents mental and physical pain. She wouldn't speak.
I was going to say, she wrote that down on paper?
She wrote it. She actually had nice handwriting.
I was going to ask.
surprisingly.
It was good handwriting?
Yeah, which was weirder. So.
Ooh, she stomps the hand of Carly Bright.
I mean, you could just tell she is a powerful woman. She's a woman scorned, and there's something about that mask. It's almost like it has a life of its own. I don't know.
I'm telling you, I think she was scorned by you. I think this was your high school sweetheart. Oh, clothesline.
Well, look, Carly can take a clothesline. She's very flexible. She told me that she can dislocate her own shoulders. That's
Really?
a fact. She told me she can dislocate her own shoulder. It's a thing.
Could she dislocate one of your shoulders?
Why?
Calyx reversing Carly Bright back in big, and then with the elbow, of course, and another big elbow.
You know, Kendall isn't exactly a cheerleader, but she's clapping for Carly. She's doing her best. They're 2 pieces of.
Wait, no. You're not giving that enough credit.
She's clapping.
No, she's fully invested as Calyx is beating the living hell out of Carly Bright. Kendall Gray is dialed in. Look, she's coaching her.
Yeah, I mean, she just pumped her up right there and gave her a little something. Wait, look. And it might have worked because now Carly's fighting back.
Carly just trying to escape Calyx right now and back on her feet.
Oh, yeah, hello, new Carly.
Apparently that relationship offers quite a bit there, Robert.
Oh, she's got, wait. She got it locked in. She's got her in a submission, man.
Oh, and a backbreaker instead. Carly Bright could be in trouble. Oh, Calyx.
She does speak.
Trying to finish her off. Yeah, there's some words. Oh, no. Wait.
Up.
Reversal into a pin. 1, 2, 3.
Got her.
Here is your winner,
man.
Carly Bright!
How do you feel now, Robert? How do you feel? Look at the friendship. Look, even Swipe Right's impressed. Well, Zeta Steel's not, but the boys were. Look at that. We have a real tag team. We have camaraderie. We have friendship. Let's take a look back at what happened at the end here.
Big backbreaker by Calyx.
Looked to be the end, but then the reverse sunset, boom, good night. Do you hear that? She called her bestie. That is actually cute, a heartwarming moment. Not so much Calyx, but a heartwarming moment between Kendall and Carly, and now Chewy Martinez in the VIP section.
Chewy always messing with that.
Well, what's he trying to do? I don't understand what's happening there. Oh, but the crowd clearly wants Swipe Right, Jackson Drake, and Zeta Steel cleared from the VIP section.
I don't see why. Jealousy.
Well, listen, unfortunately, Brad Mailer's lawyer already took care of things. We are stuck with them, it seems. However, at least we have this. Timothy Thatcher, an OG Evolve champion.
That's right, I'm getting those OG Evolve feels. The official player coach of the WWIB program. no-nonsense, bare-bones fighter. Peter, there's no flashy gear. There's no knee and elbow pads. There's no flashy talk, and there's not even any teeth.
But do you see he doesn't need teeth?
No.
What Timothy Thatcher is trying to do is instill respect on the Vanity Project. He is trying to show the Vanity Project that if you're going to be a part of WWE Evolve, you show respect to the business, you show respect to your fellow competitors, and you stop acting like a bunch of children. Now, Bryce Donovan is interesting. We didn't know a few weeks back why he was hanging out with Brad Baylor, Ricky Smokes, Jackson Drake, and Zeta Steele.
I still don't think we do. I don't know why.
What I can gather is this, though, whether it makes sense or not, whether he is the weird, macabre member of the Vanity Project or not, there's some sort of camaraderie. Look how hyped up the Vanity Project. What is that? By the way, Ricky Smokes, you are an idiot. Ricky Smokes is an idiot. What is that dance he's doing?
You're gonna regret when he hears that. I'm telling you.
My God.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is your main event! Introducing first, from Sacramento, California, weighing 221 pounds, Timothy Thatcher! And his opponent, from Long Beach, New York, representing the Vanity Project, Bryce Donovan!
Well, here we go. Bryce Donovan, Timothy Thatcher. This should be very interesting. Timothy Thatcher, very experienced. Bryce Donovan on the younger side from Long Beach, New York, has somehow ended up here hanging out with Vanity Project. And let's see if he can hang with the terrifying Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah, well, hands down. Okay, I respect Bryce. He's a bad dude when he's in the squared circle. But if he could get a win, if he could beat Timothy Thatcher, which you say it out loud, it seems impossible, but it's not. It would be the biggest, hands down the biggest win of his career, no doubt about it. It would change the course of his career.
And also, let's be honest, another feather in the cap for the Vanity Project if they can get a big win out of their muscle, Bryce Donovan. Although right now, he's just got to try to survive those European uppercuts from Timothy Thatcher. But look at that. A lot of power in the right hand from Bryce Donovan as well.
Yeah, well, I like both these guys. You know I love the Vanity Project, but mad respect for Timothy Thatcher. I love what he does in the ring. I love the career that he's had, and I love that he's bringing it here to the new Evolve. Boom!
Timothy Thatcher still a lot of power as Bryce Donovan getting support from the Vanity Project. It is the main event, and there's more next right here on Tubi.
That was a good one.
It was.
That was
You feel that, right?
Good.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
I hope you're not scared.
Here we go. Manawia.
The princess, the queen, the goddess has arrived.
Welcome back to our main event on WWE Evolve on Tubi. Timothy Thatcher, Bryce Donovan. I'm Peter Rosenberg, joined by Robert Stone, as always, ringside.
There it is, the joint manipulation, the submissions, the mat work. If you get locked on the mat with Timothy Thatcher, it's a very dangerous place to be. There may be no getting up.
Timothy Thatcher may be as experienced as anyone in the Evolve locker room. He's been around the world, he's done it all.
He's been around the world 10 times, 20 times.
Bryce Donovan, of course, trying to prove himself not only to the fans and to Stevie Turner, but also to his cohorts in the Vanity Project who sit ringside.
Do you see what he's doing? When he gets you down, it's not easy to get up. He can catch any part of your body and hold you down, and that's what he's doing right now. Bryce bigger than him in size, but he's got nowhere to go.
Now you see swipe right at ringside. They better be focused on themselves because next week they have the match of their lives against Keanu Carver and Harlem Lewis. That is a huge match for Swipe Right.
I actually think it's the other way around. I think Harlem Lewis and Keanu have the match of their lives getting to go up against Swipe Right. What an opportunity for them.
I don't know if they're going to view it that way, but we're going to see what happens with the size disparity in that matchup as you look at young Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor.
Well, we could just agree to disagree.
Timothy Thatcher putting in those uppercuts on Bryce Donovan.
He's trying to lock him in now. Is he going to try and go for a throw?
I'm about to tell you, Bryce Donovan's a big man. It's hard to lock it in. And that was a creative move there by Bryce Donovan into the big clothesline. Is he going to go for the pin? He will. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.
Bryce Donovan, straight out of Creative Pro Wrestling in Long Island, New York, trained by Kurt Hawkins, so you know he was trained the right way to respect the ring, to get the job done in the ring, but he has never been in there with someone like Timothy. Thatcher is on another level, but look at these heavy hands, the forearms that he's bringing to his back. Thatcher actually looks a little hurt.
Thatcher, of course, trying to teach the Vanity Project a lesson, trying to teach them how to operate as Bryce Donovan goes for the pin and can't even get one.
Thatcher staying alive, though, relentless and fighting back, but Bryce right on him, man. He really is the heavy for Swipe Right.
Timothy Thatcher in desperate need of a win. He has not scored one yet in Evolve, and this is a man who is trying to revive his career in Evolve.
These guys are going to push each other past their limits, past exhaustion, past pain. It's really what it's going to come down to, which is what Evolve is. It's going to come down to who wants it more, Peter. Who really needs this and wants this win more.
Bryce Donovan trying to wear out Timothy Thatcher. Not a bad idea. Oof, some stiff punches from both of these men.
Have you ever seen someone take it to Thatcher like this, go toe-to-toe with him
Here
like
we go,
this?
pinfall, 1, 2, not enough. Man, Bryce Donovan just wants to get out of here with a W. I'm sure he wants to go celebrate somewhere tonight with his friends in Vanity Project, or at least stand there in an awkward, dark fashion, looking off into the distance.
Hey, he's the heavy for Swipe Right. That's what you do.
Timothy Thatcher taken out of the ring, and Bryce Donovan's going to join him on the outside.
He looks a little loopy, but the more teeth Thatcher loses, the more he smiles. And I think he just lost one right there.
Hey, say what you will. Very smart of the youngster to follow Thatcher outside the ring and continue the attack. You don't want to go to sleep on that savvy veteran, Timothy Thatcher.
No, very aggressive, not giving him a second to breathe. And right now he's not able to breathe as Vanity Project from the VIP section is yelling in his ear.
Well, listen, Thatcher fancies himself to be the player coach of WWE ID, teaching youngsters along the way. But right now he's got to figure it out for himself as he's in trouble, and he still needs his first win in Evolve.
What do you think a Timothy Thatcher Christmas card looks like? I mean, really.
What do you mean?
What is that?
What's
look
the picture?
Like? Is it him? Yeah.
Like, does he send out a family like the one?
I don't know. That's
the
what
one
I'm
you
asking.
send out with the kids. I don't know if he does that.
He's asking if he's into the holidays.
It's hard to picture Timothy Thatcher sending out the family card with no teeth on the front.
I mean, I guess
it would be an interesting look.
This is a guy who was in the first ever NXT pit match.
Pinfall, 1, 2.
All right, clearly he's got a few screws loose, but in a good way.
Vanity Project looking on. I'll say this about Vanity Project. They're locked in. Swipe Right and Jackson Drake clearly care about the results of this match for their guy.
Going for that suplex again. Is he going to get it this time? Not looking good. Wow.
Savvy stuff from the youngster, Bryce Donovan.
He has really proven that he is the muscle in the Vanity Project.
Oh, this could be trouble. He hooks the leg. Bryce Donovan, 1, 2. I'll tell you what, at this very moment, Robert, is it me, and I feel bad saying this, Thatcher feels like a little bit more coach than player at this moment.
You know, I don't know. I'll tell you what I know he wants to do. He wants to make sure everyone is respecting Evolve. He wants to right any wrongs in Evolve.
But can you win matches still? That's the thing.
Can he do two jobs at once, are you saying?
That's right.
I think Timothy Thatcher can. And that's coming from a guy who loves the Vanity Project.
That's very, very true. Oh, Thatcher's finding a way to give himself some room and a second to catch his breath.
Certainly a way to use your head.
Uh-oh, we're going for a choke slam here? No, Timothy Thatcher is not having it. And catches Bryce Donovan with an enziguri. He's summoning the strength and power from the crowd here at WWE Evolve. who would love to see Timothy Thatcher get his first win. He's going for it again.
Third time, can he get it?
He just cannot seem to get it done here with Bryce Donovan.
Wait.
A fourth time.
And he gets it!
Is that enough? Uh-oh. Here come your boys. Of course, Swipe Right, who were banned from ringside earlier.
Black hole slam!
You know what? 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Bryce Donovan!
Makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. They weren't supposed to be ringside, and in the end, you see what happened as finally Thatcher connected, and immediately here comes Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor. The distraction's enough,
and it caused the black hole slam for the victory.
And now Timothy Thatcher is still winless in Evolve, and look at the embarrassment. The biggest win of Bryce Donovan's young career is huge embarrassment for the veteran Timothy Thatcher, who has to lay there as Vanity Project celebrates.
These guys are gonna be trouble.
Not for long.
Yeah, not after I beat the brakes off them boys.